Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGD Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LDBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence up with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man. First of all, I want to apologize to everybody, man. Salute to everybody for tapping on in. I want to apologize to y'all for that video I made earlier today, man. I spoke too soon about today, and I apologize for that because a lot of y'all might not have seen that video. If you go back and watch that video we had earlier today, you'll understand what's going on, man. I'll be damned, man. I was wrong, man, about this part because I thought, based off of what the lawyer said this morning, I thought that, man, that the prosecution was out here getting their ass destroyed because I thought that Govan's lawyer did a great job at putting in all of this doubt in the mind because Govan's lawyer, the way he was talking like they didn't have no records, no receipts, no nothing. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. It's over with, man. The case is over with. After this afternoon, bro, I think this dude, Hernandez Govan on the left-hand side of your screen, who they're alleging is the mastermind behind the murder of rapper Young Dolph, I believe he's going to be found convicted on all those charges, man, because I'm going to tell y'all something. The government, I mean, not the government, excuse me, the state of Memphis, man, these fools hit a goddamn flea flicker this afternoon, man. They hit a flea flicker, man. Hey, man, I'm on the phone, man. I'm on the phone, bro. They hit a flea flicker this afternoon, man, and that shit was crazy, man. That flea flicker they hit, man, was crazy work, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon they shown phone records. Phone records they've shown are phone records between Straight Job Justin Johnson, the guy who I told y'all was already convicted for murder, right here. This guy right here of Young Dolph, he was one of the shooters. The other guy, Cornelius Smith, has already admitted to his role. He's the one that's on the stand basically informing and snitching on everybody in this case. And Hernandez Govan. He is the guy on the left-hand side of your screen, or right there in the middle of your screen, that is being accused as being the mastermind behind this entire situation. Now, his lawyer on the right-hand side behind him was absolutely cooking this morning. That was before they came out with that forensic evidence. And why I thought they wasn't going to come out with, the phone records and things like that based off of the testimony, it was apparent that they basically set it up like they wasn't coming with this, man. But they came with it this afternoon, bro. Bro, it's a wrap, man. That boy sat up there, and I'm talking about Cornelius Smith yesterday, and stated that he was sent to go and get the car cover. He alleged that Govan gave him the money to go buy the car cover to put over that car that they used in this murder right here. As you guys see, that white Mercedes Benz that was parked across the street behind the house from Govan. And basically, his lawyer has shot all kind of holes in that by saying, hey, man, don't you think they would have had records of this purchase? Don't you think they would have had the receipt? Well, it looks like this dude right here got the date wrong or the time wrong, because today in court, this afternoon, they showed the receipt for the car cover that this man said he had purchased. Not only did they do that, they showed phone. These guys were so sloppy, man. It's disgusting, bro. They showed phone records between Govan, between Justin Johnson, one of Young Dolph's murderers, between Cornelius Smith, and between Big Juke, man. And I just can't believe these guys was on the phone like that, man. I mean, bro, those phones have given up this entire case, man. Uh, the police department have all of the records. They have all those text messages. They have all those phone calls. And Govan, his number was the number that was hit the most. They hit his number the absolute most. Out of all his numbers was hit up the most from Justin and from Cornelius in those phone records. Bro, he's toast. This man, this man fought it. They offered him a plea deal. I don't know what they offered him in that plea. But right now, as of tonight, man, bro, I think the jury's gonna find this dude guilty, man. I think he's going to prison for the rest of it because he's facing life sentence. I think he's going to prison for the rest of his life behind this, man. And now everybody else has been exposed in this situation. You got all kind of other rappers that have been exposed that was in that clique that either had hits out on them. They even brought out a thing where they said one of the rappers called the police and something like that when he was getting shot at. They even brought out all kind of text, man. These guys was texting, man. They brought out guys who was being investigated that passed away, that either been killed or passed away in this case. Man, this thing is ugly, man. And I told you guys this morning, I thought that, his lawyer, and I'm talking about Govan's lawyer, was cooking this morning before they brought out the evidence this afternoon, because I didn't think they had that same evidence in this instance, because the detective this morning was talking like he didn't have it. But then they brought a different detective, and he had the smoke. This man had all the phone records. Man, they got these dudes on text messages talking about doing hits, spinning on Dolph. I'm talking about they got all kind of messages, bro. I'm talking about that's not even related to these guys that are indicted right now that are in here. They got messages from other dudes talking about spinning on Dolph. So the police had all of this stuff, man. I told y'all this, man. Them phones, man, whatever you say on them phones, it don't matter. I had dudes on here arguing me, talking about, hey, man, they can't get nothing off an iPhone. Man, they can get anything off any phone, nigga. Off any phone. They can get anything you do on them phones, they can get off any phone. People think, oh, if you FaceTime, it's encrypted. No. They got the FaceTime call from the killer, Justin Johnson, and Juke after the murder. They got the FaceTime call from him to him. People thought, oh, because you got the iPhone, you got FaceTime, it's untraceable. And didn't I tell y'all it don't matter if you turn them damn phones off? You can turn your iPhone off right now. Your iPhone is still traceable wherever you are, wherever it's at. If your battery goes dead on your iPhone, it will say at the bottom of the screen, this phone is still traceable, man. Then you had this dude, he left his phone in the glove compartment of the murder car. How you leave your phone in the glove compartment of the murder vehicle? Crazy work, man. Then this man's lawyer, Govan's lawyer, tried to say, oh, well, the phone towers ain't accurate. Man, that cop shot that down, man. He was like, man, listen, man, let me tell you something, man. It's less than a mile radius, man. He shot that down. Then the judge in there going back and forth with Govan lawyer, because Govan lawyer is trying to bring in all these other people. Trying to say, look, all these other people was trying to kill young Dolph. So how can you say my client is the murder, is responsible for the murder? He's the mastermind. He's a nobody. I told y'all this morning, if he's a nobody, how the hell he affords you? And everybody calling Cornelius an idiot. Let me tell y'all something, man. The worst thing he did was go and put himself in a murder situation, man. He should have never did. That man did that. He said he did that because he wanted to make it rain for his daughter's birthday. That's crazy, man. You went and took a man's life because you wanted to make it rain for your daughter's birthday, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Then he said he was on pills. He was on all kind of stuff. So he was messed up in the head. He wasn't right. So when he went and he admitted that he tried to take out another artist for young Dolph, PRE artist, that he alleges that was orchestrated to help. He claims that Govan gave him the gun. He gave him that for shits and giggles. He gave him that one. That one ain't even on trial. They pulled that information up today on the paper route Woo guy. That ain't even on trial. And he gave him that just because. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I personally think that this man right here who's doing all this snitching, who do all this telling, I think that he was so hot after he didn't get that money, man. When he didn't get that bread, and he seen that he probably wasn't going to get that bread, because remember, he said one thing in court that stuck out to me yesterday. He said this when he went the second time, because he said he kept hitting him up, and he said he didn't have no number for Juke. He said so he had to hit Juke up through one of them little app messengers or social media inbox, right? Because he wanted to get his money. He said that they told him, all right, man, come pull up, man, we're gonna give you some money, right? This one I knew. I felt like he felt like that they was gonna get his ass. When he went to go get that bread, after he had been asking about it for a minute, he said that he sent his wife when they pulled up to go get that money. Now, I'm not a betting man, but I'm a betting man. And I'm willing to bet that Cornelius thought, you know what? Man, they ain't finna pay me that money, man. Let me send her. That way they'll throw them off. They don't know what I'm gonna do. Because if I go up there, man, I might be out of here if it's me that walk over there to go get that cheese. I think that he figured that out. He said, man, and when he sent her over there, they gave her $300. They was never gonna pay that man, bro, in my opinion, bro. You gave him $500 at first, and then he went back and gave him $300. He was supposed to get $50,000 and paid Govan $10,000. So he was supposed to get $40,000. I think that's why Cornelius did that. And I believe that Cornelius, knowing, and I think Cornelius believed that Govan took that money. I believe Cornelius believed that Govan got that money and didn't pay him his cut. And that's the reason why I believe that Cornelius is in court singing like a bird and giving everything up and giving all this extra information. Because, see, listen, he didn't have to give all that extra shit. I think he doing that just to screw over Govan even more. Just by any way, shape, or form, if Govan get off, then now the streets know, everybody else know that according to him, that Govan was with them and sent them on that other mission to go get that other PRE artist. I think he put that out there in the atmosphere to make Govan and shit all over Govan. That's why I think he did that. Because that case ain't even got nothing to do with this young Dolph murder case that Govan is on trial for right now. But he threw that out there. And he put that in the atmosphere. And everybody was talking about that. Like, damn, they tried to get somebody else? They almost got somebody else. And he said in court yesterday, he said the gun jammed. He said the gun jammed, man. That's what he said happened. Then they showed in court today where they had claimed that they showed the paperwork, or they showed the thing where the guy called the cops and told the cops somebody was shooting at him. He wasn't going to give him his name, but he said somebody's shooting at me, pull up and help. Man, this thing is crazy now. Do I think it's going to be a Rico? No, I don't. The reason why I think it's not going to be a Rico is because you have to be able to get all the way to a top in a Rico. It's not going to be a Rico, in my opinion, bro. Everybody keeps trying to bring people. I don't think it's going to be a Rico, man. Because think about this. Here's the thing they said in court today. You got to listen to what I say, what they said in court. This is not me telling you something. I'm telling you what they said in court. When the lawyer, the guy on the right-hand side in the back-hand corner, when the lawyer for Hernandez Govan was in court today, and he asked, Govan's lawyer asked the man. Remember, everybody was running around on YouTube, on social media, saying that Big Jook had gotten picked up and questioned by the cops. That was the biggest lie on social media. That was the biggest lie. Because today, the Memphis Police Department admitted in court Big Jook was never picked up and questioned. In fact, when Govan's lawyer asked the police detective today, he asked the black detective, he said, hey man, you guys never picked up, and he mentioned two names, Big Jook and the other big dog. He said, y'all never picked these guys, you never picked them up for questioning. Why? What did that detective say to him when he asked him why he didn't pick up Jook? He said, we hadn't got that far in the investigation. He says, what do you mean? Juke just passed away the other year. What are you talking about? That threw everybody off. They hadn't even gotten the Juke, but they got Juke on phone calls. They got Juke on text messages, but that don't mean they had enough to get Juke in on that actual plot of the murder beef. You would have had somebody to have to connect the dots and snitch, like a Cornelius Smith. See, on the evidence alone, I believe they could get Govan, they could get this guy, Straight Drop, just based off the video and the phone text message evidence they had on Straight Drop, and then the phone evidence and the text messages, all the other stuff that they put in. He gave them, all he did was just connect all the dots. He just drew a line to connect all the dots. He put everything in between, man. But these dudes was on the phones, bro. Bro, let me tell y'all something. They gave this case to the cops easy work because they was on them phones, and the cops got all those messages, bro. The cops, and somebody came on here and they was arguing with me. When I said, bro, I told y'all this. I said, bro, y'all be thinking them iPhones is safe? Man, ain't no phone safe. And people was coming on here saying, oh, man, nigga, them iPhones encrypted. They can't get... Man, listen, the goddamn state police had the actual FaceTime from Justin Johnson and Big Juke's phone. They had that in evidence. Think about that. So when you think that you can talk on them iPhones and that it's safe, it's encrypted, ain't none of that shit safe. Ain't none of it safe. You can't take it with you and turn it off. It's going to track you. In this situation, all them dudes that was on them text messages, man, them dudes broke all the rules of the game, and this is the reason why they all jammed up. Anybody you don't see jammed up right now, they don't have them dead to rights. They don't got them on no phones. They don't have them on no video. They don't have them on no audio. Because, see, let me tell you something. A person can go in and say one thing, but they have to be able to corroborate what you say. You can't just say, hey, man, I seen this person do this, and it ain't no corroborating evidence. No, it has to be corroborating evidence. That's what people got to understand, y'all. It has to be corroborating evidence that go with these things to make that case. That's why when I said this morning, the way that Govan's lawyer was cooking, I'm like, damn, Govan's lawyer don't Swiss cheese all these niggas. But then the state came in, and them mofos did a goddamn flea flicker. They did a triple 35 pump fake flea flicker, fake handoff. Goddamn gonna throw that shit to the kicker, and he threw that shit to the end zone on a Hail Mary pass. Because once they came this afternoon with them phone records, bro, the lawyer for Govan was harping on, oh, well, you said you went in, they said you went and got the car for the car cover for the car. Wouldn't it have a receipt? These mofos got the goddamn receipt from AutoZone, nigga. With a car, they had they put that on the screen today, y'all. R.I.P. to young Dolph, man, and all the other brothers that lost their life in these senseless wars that just put all of our brothers in jail or in their grave, man. Y'all smash the like button, man. But I believe this thing is over with, man, for Govan, man. This morning, I thought Govan, I said, yo, Govan may walk. Bro, tonight, after I seen, and if y'all haven't seen that, you guys need to go back and watch the second half of today, yo. Bro, they pulled up so many text messages, man. Unbelievable stuff. And to the dude nameless who says that Yo Gotti tied up loose ends, I don't believe Yo Gotti touched his brother. I don't believe any of that. I have a different belief, but I will not say it on YouTube. I don't think Yo Gotti had anything to do with Big Juke. I don't think that. I think something completely different. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. Today, this afternoon, bro, this case This case opened up a whole lot of other shit, bro. This particular case with Govan, they brought in so many other names that I never thought that was going to be brought up in court. So many other people that they had on text messages, phone calls. So when that police officer said, when that cop told Govan's lawyer today, this morning, when he told Govan's lawyer, when he said, hey, Govan's lawyer asked him, he said, you making my guy the fall guy. You making Govan the fall guy. He's a nobody. Why didn't y'all pull up Jook? And then he said, that girl, which was the girlfriend, who she ought to be ashamed of herself. And these bring some real questions about the Memphis PD. Why do I say that? I say that because they charged the brother of Justin Johnson, one of the shooters, for aiding and abetting basically in this case because he kind of helped his brother out a little bit. They charged him. They did not charge the girlfriend of the other shooter, the main guy, the one who had that chopper in his hand. Yeah, Cornelia Smith. They didn't charge his girlfriend with aiding and abetting. She got on the stand and admitted that she aided and abetted before and after that murder. And she admitted she knew about that murder and knew about the hit. They didn't charge her. But something else made me think. When Govan's lawyer, the guy in the back right-hand part of your screen, when he pulled up that video screen and he showed that girl's interview with the feds, with the state police, when he showed her interview with the police, and her first interview with the police, when the police threatened to lock her up, she gave up Big Jook's name. And Govan's lawyer asked, well, why haven't y'all questioned Jook? And the police detective said, no, we didn't question Big Jook because we hadn't gotten that far in the investigation, basically before he died. Now remember, Jook died years after young Dolph died. He died over a year or so after young Dolph died. So that long into the investigation, is his lawyer was saying you still didn't have nothing? That makes me think about two things. Either they were trying to go deep and really get some deep investigation before they went after Jook, or they didn't feel like they had enough to really plug him in directly to that situation, as far as money trail, as far as just period, you know what I'm saying? And so it's one or the other. Either they was working on something big, or they just didn't feel like they had enough to really go bring him in and charge him with something. That's on my mind. I don't know what to think about that, but this whole situation is crazy. Today, a lot of stuff got exposed today in court, man. And it's going to have a lot of bad ramifications because a lot of people's names got put out there today in court in them text messages, man. And it's crazy. It's crazy how some of those people, and I'm going to say it again, it's crazy how some of those people were talking so openly on them cell phones, man. I'm talking about, they showed text messages today because Govan's lawyer, the man on the right-hand part of your screen, and you got to think about this. Govan's lawyer opening statement says, Govan's a nobody. How in the hell can you blame him and put him at the head of a conspiracy for all of this money? He's a nobody. The first question that the prosecution should have asked was, if he's a nobody, how the hell he affords you? You an out-of-state lawyer. How the hell did he afford you if he's a nobody? If he's a nobody street cat, that's just a nobody, how in the hell did he afford you, an out-of-state lawyer? That made me think too. That made me think that Govan don't trust nobody down there in Memphis. And so not even the lawyers. So he went and got an out-of-state guy. Made me think, man. But all those messages they released today were all of these people's lives. The police got all that shit. And they revealed that today. You had dudes on there talking about going and spending on Dolph and pulling up on Dolph. Bro, that's crazy, bro. They talking on the text messages, man. And you would think that cats wouldn't talk on the phone, but we live in a different era, man. And so those phones, that video footage, the sloppiness of everybody that was pretty much involved in everything that was going on is the reason why, to me, this case was pretty much an easy case. The cases are easy when you have all this evidence to show the jury. Yesterday, I was thinking that Govan was going to walk this morning because they hadn't showed no evidence. As far as they showed Cornelius's, you know what I'm saying, his testimony. But then when his girlfriend went up there, man, Cornelius's girlfriend testimony destroyed the prosecution. Her testimony was horrible. But then, because it got saved by that evidence they showed today, man. When they showed that goddamn receipt, they showed a balled up ass receipt from AutoZone where she said they went. And that lawyer tried to destroy that. I don't even think the lawyer knew about that receipt, because he would have never kept talking about that receipt. But they pulled that goddamn receipt up on that screen today. My jaw dropped when I seen that receipt from AutoZone. I said, what? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I think it's over with, bro. I think it's gonna get bad, y'all. You know, this morning I thought something different, man, but this afternoon, after seeing all that evidence they put out there, man, I think it's over with, bro. They got too much evidence, man. They got phone records. They got phones, dudes calling each other after the murder, calling each other multiple times. I'm like, God, dog, man. And then if you're Cornelius, bro, how you leave I want y'all to really think about this. How you leave your phone in the murder weapon, in the murder car. He left his phone in the glove compartment of the murder weapon. Of the murder car. Then they parked the car in the side of the house, behind the house, where you can see it from the street if you're looking, across the street from where Govan lived. And you don't even put no cover on it. You don't even destroy the car. Then, this guy had the same clothes on the day before they got you going into your hotel complex. Cameras everywhere. They got this man driving the murder vehicle, going to his apartment complex the day before. Same clothes on, same hat on, same sweatpants, sagging. Then they got you right before the murder driving to, I said, leaving your apartment going. I said, man, bro. They literally had all of this on videotape and on phone evidence, bro. And then you gonna call a dude, FaceTime a dude after the murder? And people was lying, bro. People was trying to come on YouTube. I remember they said it. See how them pants sagging out his ass right there? He the second guy in the back, right there, right beside the car. Them sagging ass pants, they had his same pants sagging after the murder was committed. When that nigga walked outside of that, when they went to go get their wounds healed, they went to go get that wound kit. This nigga had the same sweatpants on with the same ass cheeks hanging out, sagging. I said, man, bro, man. And nigga, how you gonna do a drill with your ass out like that, bro? What if you had to get into what if he had to really run, man? Bro, this nigga would have tripped up over his sweatpants. Crazy work, man. Crazy work, man. Thou shalt not kill, brothers. To all the brothers and sisters, like, thou shalt not kill, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. R.I.P. to Dolph.
Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drought weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.